It wasn't the first time Qiao Hao had seen him having a fit, but it was never with such an intensity. He was filled with so much hatred that it scared her. Qiao Hao was slightly frightened. She wanted to approach him but paused, looking at him for a long while. When she confirmed that he wasn't going to do anything sudden or extreme, she reached out a hand towards his arm. After touching him, she reached back swiftly, to ensure that he wasn't going to push her away again. Since he didn't react, with slightly more courage this time, she moved over gingerly, calling out his name softly. Qiao Hao didn't have much courage, hence she only dared to call him softly in a faint voice that seemed to have came with the wind. The voice had a magical effect on Lu Jinian, calming his angry heart, bringing his sense back, bit by bit. With bloodshot eyes, he finally managed to focus and turned to look at Qiao Hao's careful yet protective face. That was when he fully awoke. Madame Chen, who was watching television, had heard Qiao Hao's scream and had shouted "Mrs. Lu" several times worriedly from below. But when there was no response, she had hurriedly ran up towards the open study room. The sight startled her. When she saw Lu Jinian's state, she shouted in shock, "Mr. Lu, what's wrong?" She walked over, exclaiming, "Mr. Lu, why do you have so many cuts?" "I'll call for the doctor." "No need for that." After Lu Jinian's mother had died in the hospital, he had never liked to see doctors and had never once called for the family one. Even with so many cuts, he felt that it wasn't serious enough, dismissing Madame Chen. But he had so many cuts. And it was currently summer, exposing his injuries to infection. What if there were glass shards left in his body? Madame Chen had wanted to argue more, but she turned and saw Qiao Hao's injured arm, and immediately exclaimed again, "Mrs. Lu, why are you injured as well? It might leave a scar if not properly treated." Lu Jinian immediately looked over at her arm, the sight of her injured arm bringing the roughness of his actions to mind. He frowned and without hesitation commanded, "Why are you still in a daze? Hurry and call for the doctor." After achieving her aim, Madame Chen replied with a faint "yay" before rushing to make the call. Madame Chen called the private hospital closest to Mianxia Garden. After about 10 minutes, the doctor arrived. By then, both Qiao Hao and Lu Jinian had returned to the bedroom. Madame Chen brought the doctor over to them. As compared to Lu Jinian's injury, Qiao Hao's was considered minor. There wasn't a need to call for the doctor. Even if she didn't disinfect the wound, it would fully recover in a few days. Hence, Madame Chen pointed to Lu Jinian, who was on the sofa. "You can treat Mr. Lu's injuries first."